I really just be here to show y'all my jewelry because look at that. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. Hi, cuties. Hi, once again. Like I said, we're going to be doing this again and again and again and again. So we're here for round two, and we very much welcome you into the sacred space. You know, we be dropping these daily energy readings. And again, as a word of affirmation, I mentioned this yesterday, start from where you are, start with what you have, please. If we have these grandiose ideas like myself, this is a space that will hold both you and me accountable because we're going to be consistent. We're running with this, we're going with this because we love this. And consistency is an act of self-love as well. You know, devotion, diligence, discipline, the triple D, you know what I'm saying? The vitamin D. So we're here to continue sharing that. And I did have a download. Well, I do have a download. I have a download. This is a conversation I have had with a loved one, and I contemplated on it further yesterday, and this is around the divine feminine. And we'll end this with a empress / goddess reading, which will be a segmented reading for all our empresses and all our goddesses who really want to harness and hone in on that divine feminine energy, because it is rising. Whether you are familiar with the concept of the new earth paradigm, or certain civilizations, ancient civilizations that have come up like Lemuria and Atlantis, the golden age, the rise of the dark feminine, all these concepts stem from one concept, from one truth, which is the resurgence, the re-emergence of the divine feminine. And she's always been here with us, but she's been subdued in many ways, and we've also been severed from her in one way or another. But she's here making herself known to us, and she has a message, because I've seen a lot of messages and a lot of videos and a lot of commentary and all sorts of things around the divine feminine energy and how to hone in on that and how to harness that. And a lot of it has been coming from this perspective that centers men. And Mother Gaia, the divine feminine, the dark mother, she's saying, yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. I'm really gonna need you to stop doing that. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that, because the matrix, right, which operates on inversion, mind you, asserts and proclaims that men are money. That's patriarchy. Men are given opportunities, they're given room, they're given, not all of them, not all the time, but ultimately the whole point of patriarchy is to say men are a source of money. We've seen this in previous decades, and this is still very prevalent in our contemporary society as well, where, you know, we lean to men for money. And of course, women have had, especially since the feminist movement, so many opportunities rather, to be independent, to stand on their own. But that's a lie. That's a lie. And it is proliferated and dispensed, this idea of men being money, precisely because it's a lie. Because everything that we see, everything that we know of, comes from the divine mother. It comes from the womb. It comes from the sacred space of creation. Everything we see, everything we know, everything we are, everything we can touch, we can feel, we can taste. Even if the hands themselves aren't that of a woman, everything comes from a woman, because everyone comes from a woman. So what do you mean men are a source of money? What do you mean men are a source of abundance? What do you mean women have to chase men in order to receive abundance, to experience abundance? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Because you now get this entire movement of, I don't know, they call them high value women, how to be a high value woman, how to attract a high value man, sit at bar, soft glam, clean girl aesthetic. With all due respect, I'm gonna need you to shut up. And I'm gonna need you to shut up right now. And don't get me wrong, like, I love a soft glam. I'm a soft glam girl. Like, I have a very refined Venus sign, so I love me so. And I love makeup and I love pretty things and I want to be pretty and I want to look pretty. But don't you for a second think that speaks to my worth. That doesn't speak to our worth. We needn't be contorting ourselves and presenting ourselves in certain ways to attract men who give us access to money, access to creativity, access to abundance. You are the source. Women are money. The whole point of patriarchy, the whole point of that inversion is to obscure the truth that women are money. You are the money. Don't ask for the man, ask for what you want. That's what the divine feminine is saying. Don't ask for the man, ask for what you want. Do you want love? Do you want peace? Do you want joy? Do you want harmony? Do you want poetry? Do you want music? Do you want dance? Do you want access? Do you want sex appeal? Ask for what you want. Don't ask for the man. Because the distraction, the trick is that the man is the source of distraction. That's what the Divine Mother is saying. The man is the source of distraction. The man is the trick. And there's nothing wrong with partnership. Don't get me wrong. That is an indicator of wealth, a healthy relationship that is filled with love, where you are adored and worshipped. That's a form of wealth. That's an indication of wealth. But it's not the only way into it. It's not the only way into it. And that is why I say, men, when you center them, and you center them in your story, when you center them in your quest for wealth and experiencing wealth in this realm, you limit yourself. You ask for the man in thinking that everything that you want will come in the form of a man. And it may very well come in the form of a man. If that's your life story, if that is the manner in which things manifest for you. But that's not the only way. It's not the only way. The Divine Mother, the Divine Feminine wants you to know that you are the money, that you are abundance. Oh my God, women are so powerful. Women are so powerful. Everything comes from a woman. The clothes we wear, the food we eat, the buildings that house us, everything comes from us. So why do we need to chase? Why are we chasing? Why are we doing that? Why are we stepping outside of ourselves to experience what we already are? Tell me, where did we go wrong? There's this song by a South African band, Stimela, and it asks where we went wrong, because where on earth did we go wrong? How did we go from birthing the world as it is, as a mirror of Mother Gaia, who gave birth to the waters and the trees and the skies and the sun itself? And now we're begging for crumbs. We're scouring and scrunching and batting our eyelashes in front of people who are lesser than. I said it, men are lesser than. And the sooner men understand this, the sooner we get to balance the scales. You are lesser than. Sure, they participate in the process of creation, but they don't sustain it. They don't nourish it. Baby, we do not be carrying that baby together. Only one person carries the baby. And Mother Gaia is saying, I need you to leave those with things dangling in between their legs. I need you to hone in on your creative power. Do you know who the fuck you are? Do you know what you can do? Do you know what you're capable of? Have you even tried to harness that, to hone into that? Mother Gaia says, seek love, seek me, seek yourself, seek abundance. Ask for what you want. Don't ask for the man. Leave the man out of it. And if it's love you want, perhaps it comes in the form of a man. If it's security you want, perhaps it comes in the form of a man. But when you ask for the man, you limit you limit yourself. And you have limited all other possibilities. You cease to conceive of the infinite potential that is innate within creation. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to say it again. Ask for what you want. Don't ask for the man. Ask for love even. Ask for a relationship. Ask for partnership. Your abundance, your ability to enjoy, and your right, your birthright to enjoy life here on this planet, in this paradigm, cannot be contingent on a man. It could come in the form of a business. It could come in the form of inheritance. It could come in the form of a random and chance encounter. It could come from you sitting and doing absolutely nothing. But you have resigned your power to a man. You have relinquished it to a man. And that's the whole system of patriarchy. That's the whole point of the system. For us to relinquish our power to men. Let's get into this reading. So that's the download. Let's see what the Empress Goddess reading has to say. Let's talk to our Empresses. And what do they need to find out? We've spoken about the power of creation that they carry. Are there any other messages? Ooh, you see? The Four of Swords. This is a Libra card. Libra speaks to what? Truth, justice. It is a what? Venusian sign. Venus. Rest up. Stop thinking. Abundance comes from rest. And when we're chasing men, we're not resting. Are we resting really when we're chasing men? Wanting them to validate us, to confirm us, to grant us access to wealth? Are we chasing the Malika of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords? Or the guy says, see through the illusion, cut through the bullshit. See through the illusion. Be sharp, shrewd, astute. See the truth. Allow yourself to see the truth. I mean, we have two sword cards here. So this is a mind game. Patriarchy is a mind game. It's a mind fuck. Play the game right back. See through the illusion. Be perceptive. Be discerning. Tell the mother. See, we got the Seven of Cups. Speaks to choice. Illusions once more. Daydreams. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what to choose. Because your mind's been fucked with. Your power's been fucked with. But something new is coming in. And the Divine Feminine is giving us an opportunity here to use our life force in the manner that serves us. To bring in passion and enthusiasm and zest and channel that towards our own goals. Let the man find you while you're doing your thing. I swear to God, that nigga ain't got no money. I don't care if he's a billionaire. The creative power you have is insurmountable, inconceivable. It cannot be reflected. It cannot be mirrored. Why do you think these people sleep with so many women? For your life force. For your life force. Talking about cheating and, oh, men are innately lured and, sexually insatiable. Fuck that shit. It is our life force that is sustaining everything. And imagine how much power you wield when you use that in service of you and your life and your goals. And if you find a nigga, he better be worshiping the ground you walk on. Or I'm gonna come for him. He'll have me to deal with. He will have me to deal with. Because that's the only role that men play in this game. You see, the Ace of Coins, wealth, y'all. I don't know what else to say. This is how you bring in wealth. See through the illusion. Let's see what's here. And persist. And persist and have courage. Because we do need courage. We do need courage to collapse this illusion, man. To collapse the matrix, man. To step in our power through rest and discernment and choosing ourselves. The Seven of Cups is not just a card of illusion, but a card of choices. Like, do your choices really affirm that you're the shit, that you're the baddest bitch, that you can bring in wealth from anything? This is the Ace of Coins. It's power. It's manifestation. Oh my God, don't sleep on your power. Persist. Be determined. This is the card of the warrior. The Nine of Swords. The Nine of Wands, which is the Nine of Staves in this deck. fight for yourself. And how we fight for ourselves as the divine feminine, as the goddesses and the empresses that we are, as we see through the illusion. We choose ourselves. We don't choose men, we choose ourselves. And in choosing yourself, you attract the man that you want, the man that worships the ground you walk on, kisses your feet, recognizes that he's lesser than, because he is. He's a supporting character. Whole thing is patriarchy and centering men. Men are supporting characters, baby. They really are. They really are. And finding a man who sees that and knows that, that's a real ass masculine nigga. But I want to talk about this a little bit before we wrap up. The 9 of stars, the 9 of wands, courage, persistence, determination, don't fuck with me energy. The divine feminine, which is also the dark mother, and she's rising also. Because femininity is always deemed to be, oh, light and airy and fairy and oh my God, nurturing. Now, don't fuck with femininity. The uterus sheds every month because, baby, we create as much as we destroy. We're in the year of 9, the Chinese year of the wood snake, and a numerological year of 9. Again, the destructive aspects of the feminine that are coming into power, into being, saying, the divine mother saying, I am going to destroy everything that doesn't serve. Divine feminine bodies knowing who they are and walking in their power. And that's why we have that energy of the Malika of Swords. We have that energy of the Queen of Swords, this energy. That's why we have this. Why? Because, sweetheart, this doesn't work if we don't see through the illusion. It doesn't work if we don't see through the illusion. So this takes courage. This is a warrior spirit, this 9 of staffs. You have to go to war for yourself, bro. Because if you don't, these men are going to be draining you of your life force until. It's time to wake the fuck up to who you are, to the queen that you are. Because rest, respite, reprieve, abundance, it comes from knowing this truth. And I love that this 4 of Swords is also a Libra card, a Venusian card. Venus, the planet of the divine feminine, the planet of abundance, the planet of truth as well, of love. And we have these 2 cards accompanying one another. The divine feminine, the divine mother is asking us to get our shit together. Like, get your shit together. Yeah, cool, you can go to work and you've been given all these rights. And, you know, we're about 40, 50 years past one of the biggest feminist movements in contemporary society, but she says it's not enough. And you just sit on your throne. You're still giving these niggas power. You're giving them everything. You're giving them life force. Your energy, your life is leaking each time you think a man is your way into what you want. Don't do that. Stop it. Stop it right now. Woo! I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. It's peace, it's love, it's light. And I'm going to see you tomorrow.